All right, last section of chapter 3. So a little further work with tree diagrams. We've brought these up in a couple earlier videos, but these are a super important tool when it comes to probability. Not to mention, you run into some IB questions where they require a filled out tree diagram. So it's important that you got to be able to work with these. So look at this one example that you're seeing right here. We're talking about two events. Monday is our first event, and Tuesday is our second event, so that's why the tree is set up this way. So here are the two options for Monday. It's either raining or not raining. Here's the options for the second event on Tuesday, either raining or not raining. Do take a look. As you look at the possible outcomes, we would say, well, if it rains on Monday, these are the two possibilities that could happen on Tuesday. If it does not rain on Monday, then these are the two possibilities that it could happen on Tuesday if it doesn't rain Monday. And so if we go to fill in the items on this, so if it rains on Monday is 7/10, right, then automatically the remaining 3/10 would be that it doesn't rain. If it rains on Monday, then the chance of rain on Tuesday is 4/5. So right here we got rain, rain, so 4/5, which means the complement to this would be 1/5. And then if it doesn't rain Monday, then rain on Tuesday is 3/5. So doesn't rain Monday, rain on Tuesday is 3/5. The complement of that would be 2/5. And so there's the complete filled out tree diagram. I even encourage students to even fill out the 4 results for the sample space. So if I did 7/10 times 4/5, I get the chance that it rained on both days. Or this would be the chance of rain then not rain. And so I would do 7/10 times 1/5 to get this answer. When you're doing a tree diagram, you always multiply from left to right. But when you have these 4 answers, you always add them to answer questions. So keep that in mind. So if we said probability it rains on Monday does not rain on Tuesday, I just multiply those events together. So rain on Monday does not rain on Tuesday, we multiply that out. Rains at least one day, and this is where it would help to have the complete diagram filled out, including these numbers right here. So if we said the probability that it rains at least one day, well, that would be this case, right? The case where it rained both days. So I got this item. I would have this item because it rained and then did not rain. I would also have this item, no rain plus rain, or no rain and rain. So, and I would add this guy plus this guy plus this guy to get my answer. So I could add those up. One shortcut, and I brought this up in an earlier video, instead of adding all 3 of those cases together, my other option would be to do 1 minus this case, and that would also get me the same answer. Because if you have a sample space here, 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 and here, they always add to 1. Because that's the only possible outcomes you could have. So they will always add up to 1. So just something to think about. All right, here's the new item for use of conditional probability. And again, here's where filling out that tree completely would really help out. So here's a reminder of how we use conditional probability. Remember the formula that I mentioned in the last video is the way that we looked at the formula was not in the formula packet. So memorize the way that it was shown in the last video, and that will really help. The first thing to note is you always put the given on bottom. So given that it rains at least one day, well, we already figured that out. That's this guy right here, 44 out of 50. So we already know the probability of that happening is 44 out of 50. So at least one day is the given, and that's what goes on bottom. The best way to look at the top are cases where both statements are true at the same time. So it rained at least one day and rained on both days. The only case that would make sense for that statement is this one, right? This is the case where it rained at least a day and rained on both days. So that's this number that we got from right here. So that's the 7/10 times 4/5. And that's what went on top. And so that's the setup. The rest is just cleanup.